Have you ever acquired or sold a business?
I have not, Senator.
Okay. Have you ever had to raise capital in order to launch a new business?
I have not, Senator.
Which goes back to one of your comments that you wrote about that I'll get to later. Have you ever had to provide quarterly reports to shareholders?
Senator, I have not done these things.
And I'm just going, this is qualifications, because the chairman said, can you actually say with a straight face if you're qualified on this? And these are points we're trying to make.
No, I've never owned a business. And guess what? Neither have none of the other Secretary of Labor departments, right? None of them, not Scalia, not Acosta, not even our good brother, Robert Reich, right? Before they were Department of Labor secretaries, none of them, not Tom Perez, not Alex Herman, none of them own businesses. None of them were business owner, because it's not Department of Commerce, it's Department of Labor. And you don't need to be a business owner to recognize exploitation, which he's advocating for. The lies coming out of Oklahoma Mark's mouth are absolutely disgusting. And I bet you the Democrats are trying to teach her how to talk back these conversations about white supremacy when she knows, because she wrote it, that it is absolutely correct. Just as you said, absolutely I believe it. Absolutely I stand by corporation acting as shields for rich individuals to get paid. So yes, when you say individuals like yourself, especially like you, white man, mediocre white man from Oklahoma who rise to the Senate, from doing nothing but exploiting people, and lying on your documents.
There it is, man. I'm telling you, she should have just relaxed right in there, because she got all the receipts are on her side. What she wrote back then is still true today, unfortunately, Senator Mullins. But let's you and I work out a way to make it untrue, so that the next time, we had this conversation, it's less true than it is today. But she didn't do any of that. She just kind of said, hey, it requires a longer conversation. And I understand. I get it. I get it, because it ain't in everybody to go toe to toe with these fools, because they try to intimidate. You saw how he kept cutting her off. He didn't even want her to talk. I would have said, sir, can I get a word in edgewise, or are you going to ask the question and answer it too? I mean, which one? Are you on that side of the table and this side of the table, sir? Or are you gonna let me get a word in edgewise? Because you just proving all my points, but that's just me. The way he did her was totally unacceptable, but that's okay. She knows she was stepping in the ring, so you got to be ready to fight. Now, I would have ended my dress down on this empty suit with this line, man, from Wesley Snipes' character, Nino Brown, in the movie New Jack City, which I think is very fitting for this moment. Go ahead, Skip, go on, put it up, baby. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change up in here on you.
I love it. That's the perfect, and listen, that would have been the perfect way to end it too. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, and it's funny that you evoke the Nino Brown character in this case, because this gentleman was showing up in a way that was very
gangster.
Gangster. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we should say that this is unacceptable behavior for any guest, let alone someone who's been nominated by the sitting president to represent one of the departments of this government. So I think what we're seeing is, like you said, Republicans' hypocrisy. None of these questions came up for Elaine Chao. None of them. None of them. When Mitch McConnell's wife was being, nominated for Secretary of Labor, none of these questions came up. So we already know what this is. It ain't got nothing to do with truth. Republicans ain't got no truth in them. This is all about show in 5 minutes. If he really wanted to represent Oklahoma, he'd be standing up against these book banners that's happening over there.
I know that's right, Marion, if he really cared. I mean, if you're gonna do the dance, get it. She grown, she understood she was coming into the arena. I got that. So that's why I am not about to say, oh, it was sexism and all that, that other stuff. Because when real sexism, when you do that, when real sexism is happening, then you take away the energy from really having to deal with that stuff. Now, could he be a sexist? He might be. But challenging her in that way is no different than how, Democrats also challenge the people on the other side. When I was served in Ohio Senate, I challenged people on the other side too. But you know what? If you're gonna bring it, you better be willing to take it. And that's why I wish that since he wanted to go there, because that's what I would have said. I would have said, Senator Mullins, I came here to try to seek this nomination and let you know how I'm gonna serve the people, even your residents who elected you. But since you wanna go there, Senator, let's go. And that's why I would have broke it all down the way that we did. But I just thought Nino Brown's response, Wesley Snipes in New Jack City, because since he wanted to go there, that's the best response. But I'm gonna let my stunt double go ahead and get the last say on this. And this is what she had to say. It's Secretary of Labor, not Secretary of Bosses. I mean, man, that's it. And that's all. We can drop the mic on that. Why do GOP politicians have such disdain? And here's the major point, even though we laying it down. I want our viewers to understand this, that what Mullins did was just another example of the disdain that the GOP show for people who work and receive a paycheck for a living instead of dividends.
Listen, that's powerful because the department is the Department of Labor, and I don't know CEOs that labor. They don't. They exploit other people's labor. So this idea, and business owners, they don't labor. There's other people's labor that make them wealthy. So this idea that you need to be in the business owner class to be in this department speaks of what you think of this so-called representative democracy that we have and what it should look like and who should be sitting in these spaces. I am like your stunt double. It is Secretary of Labor, not bosses. Indeed.
Not bosses. There it is, Mayor. And especially when you get to a corporation level. I mean, we know there are mom and pop shops where those owners work tremendously hard. Exactly. And when you get to corporation level, a whole bunch of people help you get there. And a whole bunch of people are helping you maintain that level. So her job is, so anyway, yeah, Senator Mullins, y'all know you don't want none of this. You could never get that off with the mayor and I. See, they send people in like that who gonna take that foolishness from them. They don't want none of this. So shame on you, Senator Mullins, but we just straightened it out for Sue. And I hope that she does get, the nomination that she is the Secretary of Labor. Go on and, oh Lord, somebody better send her this clip though, so she know how to respond the next time, because we just laid it out for her. She ain't gotta do no homework, Mayor. All she gotta do is watch this segment, and she'll know how to roll in there next time.
She can go in there like Donald Trump's wife and just read Michelle Obama's speech. Just read the clip. Read the transcript for this. There you go. You ain't gotta think of nothing new.
Look, we give her permission to plagiarize. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, Julie Sue. We rooting for you, baby. Don't let that man walk all over you. He ain't better than you. Hell.